What is going on, Smashers, and welcome to a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jansen and I am passionate about bringing the very best tips, tricks, tutorials, anything to do with Amazon FBA. Now in today's video, I'm going to be revealing 4 different research techniques that you can use in order to determine whether a product niche is oversaturated and too competitive. These are so important. Not many people kind of look at these different techniques, but they can really help decide whether you're going to be successful with Amazon FBA. At the end of the video, I'm also going to be running a little giveaway to win an Amazon gift voucher, so make sure you stick around to the end in order to find out how you can enter. If you enjoyed this video or anything else on the channel, please remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in the video. Let's begin. Okay guys, so the first thing that you're going to need to do before we can do any of this analysis is to head over to keeper.com. I'll put a link in the description below and download a plugin called Keeper. Now Keeper, if you've not heard of it, is a fantastic tool that is completely free for Firefox, Chrome, Opera, Internet Explorer, pretty much any internet browser. And what it does is it allows you to do 2 things. The first is to track price changes, so you can load a product up in Amazon and you can see how the price has changed over time. And secondly, it allows you to look at a product's bestseller ranking, i.e. its position in Amazon's charts, again over time, to see how well it's sold. It might not sound that impressive, just me describing like that, but I can assure you it is. Even if you're not doing FBA, it's a fantastic tool. Say for example you wanted to buy something quite expensive like a camera or a laptop, you can log on and use Keeper and you can see, oh, the product was £20 more expensive a week ago, so now's a good time to buy because they might put it up. So that's the first thing you should do, download Keeper, and I'll show you how to use it now. So let's just go Yoga mat. Okay, we'll just go on here. So basically it integrates complete with Amazon. You don't need to do anything else once you've installed it. You load up a listing of your choice and you just scroll down just below the main picture and it loads here. Now the first thing you need to do is click in settings and make sure that you've got where it says range ticks to all and graphs to show is new. The reason being, you can get loads of different price analysis, so like the price of a used item, the price if there's been any like lightning deals. That's not what we're looking to use it for this analysis, so I would just untick it. And if you've done it right, what you should see is like a blue line and a green line, and the green line is the sales rank, so how popular that product is in its particular category. The lower the better. It just works like any other chart, like a music chart. And the blue line is the price history. So you can see here, for example, move your mouse over it. It used to be $16.97 on June 27th, and then the next day the guy lowered it down to $15.97. It probably wasn't selling that well. Where there's a gap, it means the item wasn't available for sale anymore, so they probably sold out or weren't able to sell. So in terms of saturated niches, you're probably thinking, well, how is this going to help me? Well, I'm going to show you. So the first product that I want to show you is a posture corrector. Now you're probably thinking, why posture corrector? It's a product that I've spoken about quite a few times in previous videos, a product that I would advise not to do if you are a brand new seller to FBA. And the reason is, firstly, it's a gated product. It means you're going to have to supply loads of documents to Amazon in order to get ungated. That's number one reason. And the second reason is I believe it is oversaturated. Not only do I believe that because of the research techniques I'm going to show you now, but also because I get an insane amount of messages from people on Facebook, like whether it be students or just people in the Smashers group, who message me looking for advice and say, what do you think to this product, or can you help me get ungated in this product? And I'm not kidding, guys, it's more often than not a posture corrector. I'd say I get around 2 messages a week asking about posture correctors. But obviously you've not got the benefit of getting messages from people on Facebook, so I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that I always use to check if a product is oversaturated or not. So the first way is just by using good old Jungle Scout or AMZ Scout or whatever product research tool you've got that shows daily sales. And what we're looking for, obviously we're looking for high sales. You can see this guy here is doing 60k worth of revenue. We're looking for consistency. If the sales are really, really good across the board on average, then definitely it's worth looking into further. However, if sales quickly drop off, that might indicate that a niche is oversaturated. It might not necessarily mean it is oversaturated. For example, the listings, all these listings down here could be rubbish, but it's something that should set off a little alarm bell in your head. So let's have a look. We've downloaded the posture corrector sales. This guy's doing 86. Now, if you just looked at that in isolation, you might think, wow, this is a brilliant product. But you must resist and you must carry on looking down. So the next seller doing 15 a day, 13, 17, 15. And you can see, guys, gradually as we get further down the page, to be expected, sales do drop off somewhat. But you can see down here, these sales are just like pretty much zero. If it says less than 5 on Jungle Scout, in my experience, that means that it's probably 0 sales a day, which obviously isn't great. And that's the one thing that we want to avoid if we're going to be launching a product on Amazon. So that's the first thing that you want to check for. You just want to make sure that there's some consistency. And if there isn't, then that's when you kind of need to be thinking, okay, is this product niche oversaturated? And that's when you kind of need to start looking at these other methods that I'm going to show you as well. So in addition to that, whilst I've got Jungle Scout open, what you should also do is to look at the amount of product reviews. Now, again, I've said in the past, product reviews aren't the be all and end all, but it does, again, kind of give you an indication of whether a niche might be oversaturated. Now, this guy's got 1,500 reviews. This person's got 700, 170, 900. So that kind of is telling you that there's, you know, a couple of big boys that have probably been here quite a while and they've probably carved out a decent amount of market share. Now, again, that's not a reason to completely say no to the product, because if you're able to differentiate and, you know, able to offer the customer something different, then I definitely think that you have got an opportunity. But as I said before, high amount of reviews coupled with some people not really doing well at all. These are the things that should be setting alarm bells off in your head, and which should kind of be prompting you to assess whether you think the niche is oversaturated. So those are two different ways using Jungle Scout that you can use to quickly assess whether a product might be oversaturated, to kind of give you an indication. Now, this next method, these next two methods, are ones that I would certainly say definitely give you a much stronger indication of whether a product niche is oversaturated or not. So what you do is you need to open up as many listings as you can on the first page. So let's just click through these. All I'm doing here, guys, is just holding control and clicking on each listing, and that's, you can see it's opening each listing up in the background. And what I'm going to be checking for here is I want to see how many of these listings here are brand new. And what I mean by brand new is, are they less than 6 months old? And this is where we can use Keeper to be able to help us with our analysis. So let's wait for that to load. Okay, so the first one's opened. They've got 16 reviews. That might indicate they're new. What you need to do is you need to scroll down and you can see Keeper's loaded here. And where it says all 72 days, that means that's all the data that Keeper has, i.e. 72 days, that's as long as this product has been selling. So that listing is less than 6 months old. Now, what does it tell us if there's loads and loads of sellers that are less than 6 months old? Well, it tells us that there's lots of new sellers in this product niche that have just launched on Amazon. They're going to be eager, they're going to be fierce, they're going to be competitive. They are all probably like you and me. They're looking for that page one, they're looking for that passive income, they're looking to absolutely smash it. Do you want to be competing with, 5 or more of these? The answer is no. 1 or 2, yes, fine. But you need to remember, if there's more than 5 of these, they're all going to be looking to differentiate, probably. They're all going to be looking to get that page one by lowering the price, doing giveaways, getting reviews. It is going to be fierce. So this is why you need to do this analysis here. So that was the first one that was less than 6 months old. This one, okay, that's 310, so we'll take that one off, that's fine. They're a bit older, they're probably going to have launched other products, focusing on other things. 482, no, can take that one off. Okay, so it's not looking too bad so far. Next one, 66 days, less than 6 months, so we'll keep that. They're new, they're going to be fierce, they're going to be competitive. This next one's got 800 reviews, so this one's probably old. Okay, 184. Take that one off, just over 6 months. Next one, 21 days, so they're just 3 weeks in. They're probably going to be doing giveaways. They're going to be doing, getting their reviews. They are going to be very competitive. Next one, 214. No. And don't forget, guys, this is just page 1 as well. Imagine how many pages of posture correctors there are of new sellers that haven't hit page 1 yet. 137, yes. Next one, 103, yes. So again, this is just what's going through my mind. How many of these sellers are brand new to the game? How many are going to be competitive? And if I launch, how many are going to be looking to push me off page 1? 55. So guys, you can see already, I mean, I've not even gone through that many listings and pretty much all of these are brand new. 15 days. This person's been around just over 2 weeks. Not looking that friendly, is it? 88 days. 777. So this guy's been here a while. He's okay. 190, just over 6 months. 59. 4. So this one's brand new. And then the last one, 270. Okay, so out of how many have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's insane. Okay, and how many listings are there on? 1, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So there's about 26 listings there on the front page, not including PPC. And I've just identified nearly half, so 10, probably if I'd loaded the last few ones up as well, 10 of those are brand new, less than 6 months old. They are all going to be fierce. They're all going to be competing for that front spot, and they're going to be competing for these positions here, the sponsored listings. So that means if you're launching and you're going to want to be doing pay-per-click, which means paying to appear here, that means that you're going to be have to be competitive with your bid price, because all of these other people here are all competing with each other. They don't want to lose their position on page 1, so they're going to want to be paying to get that top spot, which means it's more competitive, the bid price is higher, which means less profit for you. I mean, you can see this person here, Meditro, the one that was doing like 70 or 80 units a day, they're still paying for the sponsored listing even though they've got position 1. So that just shows you just how fierce it really is. So the second method that I'm going to show you is with a different product, another product that I believe is oversaturated, which you've probably all seen before, and it's a cinematic light box. Now, these were all the rage a few years ago. Every time I went to a friend's house, every time I walked past like a trendy coffee shop, they had them in the window. And lo and behold, when I looked on Amazon, there's tons of them. So one thing that you should definitely look to do as part of your analysis, in addition to the other methods that I've just shown you now, is you need to load your listing up. So let's just load a couple of 2191. Don't want to click on his because it's sponsored. Okay, one of the things that I'm looking for now, again using Keeper, is I want to have a look at the price history. So if a product launched, say last year at £40 and it's priced now at £10, what does that tell you? It tells you it's probably quite competitive. The reason that they've had to lower the price is because there's loads of other sellers. The niche has got really oversaturated, and the only way that they're able to shift the units is by cutting the price. So this is the beauty of Keeper, using this to be able to see if a product's oversaturated. So we've loaded this one up. It's loaded all. So this one here, you can see it's been here for 1100 years. It's been here since 2016. And here, look, when it launched in 2016, at its highest, it was around £40. But on general, it looks like it was around £30. And then you can see here, guys, look at this. As time's gone on, the price has ticked down. It's tick down, and then here it's gone up a bit. It's Christmas. You can see here it's Christmas. Over here, tick, and then now it's £9. What is it now? Yeah, £10.95, but they have lowered it to £9. That is an insane discount that they've had to give, that they've had to drop, that they've probably had to do because of how oversaturated the niche has become. And this is where you can see the power and the benefit of using all of my research techniques together to be able to see whether a niche is oversaturated. Because if you'd have just used Jungle Scout on its own and had a look at the sales, here you can see this Locomotion is doing 22 sales a day. They're doing £7,000 worth of revenue a month. Not bad, you might think. Jungle Scout may have thrown that up to you and may have said, yeah, this is certainly a product worth looking into. You may have looked at it and seen, okay, yeah, it's doing 22 a day, £11. I can probably get this product for £1 landed. That's pretty good. So doing that analysis on its own may have made you think this is a product worth doing. But just using Jungle Scout doesn't paint the whole picture. So let's have a look at another one. This one looks pretty identical to the other one. Okay, and you can see here the trend again is very similar. So they launched in 2016. That's obviously when these things were very popular. Launched at £20, and over time you can see that the price has dropped and dropped and dropped. And one other thing that I've just noticed with this, and this is another really good thing about Keeper, this green thing here, as I mentioned earlier, is the chart. It's like its bestseller rank, how well it's doing compared to other products. You can see here in 2016, the rank was really high, 25,000, not particularly great. And then boom, look, this is clearly where it became very popular. The sales rank, look at that, 31, 24. Like, this is really, really impressive. This guy is probably doing hundreds a day. 15, number 15 in the charts, that's insane. 14, and then here, there's a bit of a hiccup. And then look guys, as we've gone through time, the sales rank has gone up and up and up and up, and now it's sitting at about 3,000, position 3,000. So that again is showing you just how competitive this niche has got. There's loads and loads of sellers that have come on board. It's forced original sellers to cut the prices, and as a result of the oversaturation of the niche, sales have fallen. So that is why it is so important that you don't just use Jungle Scout or AMZ Scout in isolation. You look at everything together. You need to look at the sales, how consistent they are. You need to look at the level of reviews, whether, you know, a lot of the bigger sellers have got tons of reviews. You need to look at how many new listings there are, how many sellers are there that have just come on board. They're going to be ruthless, they're going to be fierce. And you need to look at the impact of prices over the last few years. What has happened? What's the trend? If it's downward trend, that to me means that it's very competitive and it's going to be tricky. Now, that's not to say, guys, if you've ordered a posture corrector, don't worry, don't think it's an absolute failure. My point here is that it just means that you need to differentiate, you need to be extra careful, you need to be very, very mindful that you're thinking outside the box and that you're doing something different, especially with this posture corrector. I mean, if we just flick through now, you can kind of see that a lot of these are very, very similar and they're not doing anything different. So if you do all of my research methods and you think that the niche is oversaturated, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a complete no-go. What it means is you need to be very, very careful, and you need to make sure that your product idea, if you do have one, and a bundle idea is incredible. You need to make sure you're so confident. If you're not, I would personally park it and find another product. So those are my tips, guys. Make sure you take them on board, and happy hunting for a product. Right guys, I hope you found a lot of value in those techniques. As mentioned, I use those every single time I'm looking at a product, whether it's for myself or whether it's for a student. They are so useful at being able to help you quickly determine whether the product you're looking to get into is oversaturated and whether you're going to be successful. Now, at the beginning of the video, I did mention a little giveaway. All you need to do to win a £20 Amazon gift voucher is make sure you subscribe, like the video, and post a comment below letting me know exactly where you are on your Amazon journey. And I'll pick somebody at random and reveal them in the next video. So best of luck, guys, and I'll see you for the next video.